Hello, my friends. Welcome to Eno River State Park in Durham, North Carolina. It has been a while since I've made a video, I know. I'm sorry. Things have been a little bit nuts, and I have just been uncertain about a lot of things. So I kind of put the videos on the back burner. I'm hoping to dip my toes back in the pool and get back to doing this again. I really enjoy doing it. I hope that you enjoy watching them. But I have to admit that, again, in true fashion, today's outing is not well planned. In fact, it may be less well planned than most. Honestly, today I was just kind of like, I forced myself to go outside. I felt myself falling into that trap of just sitting on the couch and watching movies all day long. And I knew that at the end of the day, I would regret that decision. So I grabbed my camera bag, jumped in the car, knew I was going to come to this park. Didn't know where I was going to go in this park. I literally picked this trail in the car on my way here. Not literally on my way here, but before I started driving. So I'm here now, and I keep forgetting the name of this trail. So this is it. It's right there. But yeah, no real plan today. This trail, I know, starts off, goes up through the woods, loops around, comes back down a river. And I am just going to wander and look for pretty things. Hopefully take some pictures of them and share it with you along the way. And I hope that you enjoy it. So let's go explore some more of Eno River State Park here. It is, without a doubt, gorgeous. So that's a good start. All right, I found this really great tree. You can kind of see it up ahead of me. And this tree is, one, it's dead. All the branches have been broken off of it and fallen off, but it's squished flat like an airplane wing. So it's just kind of got this little airfoil kind of shape to it. And it's got this great little twist and this bend in it. So it's kind of making this little S curve. So it's really wide, broad trunk that's flat. And I got this little splash of color behind it that I'm loving. I'm shooting with a really shallow depth of field to throw the background out of focus for two reasons. One, just to kind of remove the distractions, kind of really emphasize the tree. And two, it just kind of, well, I guess that's really the only reason I want to emphasize that tree. So throwing the rest of it out. I'm shooting at 200 millimeters to compress that scene and make that out of focus background all the more out of focus. A little splash of color kind of in the right-hand side. And that's it. Right now I'm shooting at 1/25 of a second at f4. However, the light on the tree, on the subject of this photo, is really harsh right now. And I would just wait for a cloud to roll in, but there aren't any. So I'm literally waiting for the sun to move a little more behind some trees. Let this tree in my foreground, my subject tree, be a little more in the shade. And I think that's going to help even it out. Right now the light is too dappled, it's too dynamic, too much difference between the shadows and the bright bits. So I either want this thing to be completely in the sun, which is getting closer, or completely in the shade. I'd prefer completely in the shade. Seems unlikely, but I'm just gonna sit here and wait, listen to the wind rustle through the trees, and hope for the shot. And if I got it, here it is. All right, well, true to form, the sun moved, or rather we rotated, and my little tree trunk fell off into the shade of some of these trees. So I think we got that shot. I think that was successful. Happy, a little patience paid off, and we have this. So now, pack it up, head a little further down the trail, see what other gems we can find. Thanks, little tree. You're fun. All right, we've come across a shot here. A little bit cliched, but it's a pretty scene nonetheless. A little palm frond laying across a fallen, decaying log, little splotches of lichen all over it. That's it, really simple. It's just, this one's kind of the pattern and the texture. Simple triangular palm frond leaf, little splotches of green, like I mentioned from the lichen, and then the dark, dark wood. And that dark wood is kind of leading me to underexpose this shot by about one stop. Maybe 1.5-ish, but it's gotten tricky because the wind is now starting to blow and I'm getting some dappled sunlight. So I'm taking my hat to kind of shade my little scene here, so it's an even exposure all the way across. I have upped my ISO to get me to about 1/50th of a shutter speed, just so I can freeze that palm frond from moving around, and that's it. The shot's really simple. Ourselves another one. We got this big, beautiful tree here right on the edge of the creek, and it's got this beautiful, just elaborate, thick root system kind of reaching out to the water. And of course, there's all these beautiful just patterns and textures in these roots, and that's what I'm focusing on. I could spend, this is the kind of thing I could spend, you know, an hour, 2 hours just exploring the roots of this big old beautiful tree here in front of me. But I got a couple that grabbed my eye right away. One of them's right here. It just kind of looks like this crater, like this glacial crater in the root system here. It's got this great little ridge line with a, you know, with just some texture and some pattern to it. That's this shot. Got another one over here that just, it looks like an eye with a little eyeball right in the middle, and there's no way I'm not going to take that picture. So let's see here if I can show you what we are looking at. And this is kind of the shot. Let me zoom out for you. But you can see it here. I've just got this great, beautiful little texture, this little ridge line right here. I got this little corner of moss in the corner. And this is the shot. Just kind of when I end up framing this, will be a little cutting off just a bit here at the top, just a tiny little bit at the bottom. And that's going to be the shot. It's going to be really simple. This one, again, it's just about that pattern and that texture, a little bit of that color in this root system of this tree. Well, my friends, I think that is the end of our day. It was a rousing success considering the level of planning was involved, which was none. We literally made it up in the parking lot when I got here. But that was kind of the whole point of today, was to get outside and enjoy some nature and take some photos along the way. And that is exactly what I did. I just went for a walk, found the things that interested me and I found interesting, and I took photographs of those things. And I hope that you enjoyed it. And if you did, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you want to see more, and tell your friends, because the more the merrier. And if you enjoy my work, please consider visiting my website, toddhphoto.com. And if you really like it, sign up for my newsletter, A Quiet Stillness. Once a month I just send out a little letter, a little description of the photographs, the motivations behind them, and I include a free download of that image each month. So I just want to thank you for coming along with me. And from Eno River State Park here near Durham, North Carolina, so long, and we'll see you next time.